What's up, peoples? It's a terraformer, and let's play some Mario in the Factory Madness by carld923, and is the same guy that made Super Mario World Z, and it is a Spanish hack or a French hack or something, I believe. But this is the C3 demo, and it's fairly short, and there's lots of blackness, actually. It's kind of sad, but grass contamination, the only level I actually do in this video. These levels, I was planning on doing all of them in one video, but then I decided, why not split it up into 4 videos? I mean, I have the time, as in that I'm waiting for After Years to currently be updated again. But yeah, unfortunately it was declined or rejected, or whatever term you want to use on Super Mario W Central. That's really sad because I don't really understand why. I didn't look at the removal log, but you know, I didn't see much wrong with it to encounter that, but you know, it happened. So this little hack, I actually saw this hack on the guy's YouTube page long before he released it, and I just thought it looked pretty dang badass. And one version even had like an overworld in the title screen, but then he kind of changed it for the C3 release. But I don't know why that happened, but that's okay. Really what we're looking at here is level design, and the level design is quite yes, it is interesting, fantastic, and fantastically hard, and, like, the music is pretty cool. The title screen, what was the, the title screen was Tornado Man from Mega Man 9, and here we have a Toho song. I always call them Toho songs. I never call them by name, but, you know, I forget. There's lots of Toho songs that are, like, really good, but I don't know all of them. But all the graphics you are experiencing, I believe they're all custom, and, well, except for the enemies. The enemies are vanilla, but who cares, really? The graphics are, like, really neat, actually, and yeah, some of them are released. I don't think anything from this one are, actually, or else I'd be like stealing them or something, but if they are not released, I will not be stealing them. But a few seconds ago, we saw me dodge up some fire that was pretty crazy, pretty scary. This level had me shaking by the end of it, I will tell you that much, because we may be seeing this right now, but, you know, death is afoot, and as you can see, I cheated a little. I gave myself 99 lives because I cannot do this in 5, and since there's no save prompts at the end of the levels, yeah, 5 lives was not cutting it. Maybe if it was the original level where it was just this first room thing, which isn't really a room, it's an outside place, but this is post-commentary, by the way, just so you have an idea of what we're looking at here. I had tried this hack, yeah, I did some dodging maneuvers, but then I complete fail. I had saw this, well, I played this, at the release for C3. It was one of the only C3 games that I actually played on C3, except for something else, I think. I played a little of that, but yeah, I was, like, dying a lot, and I was like, this is ridiculous. I cannot do this without tools. And then, of course, I went back to it today, and I was looking at this level in particular. I was like, I can do this. I didn't get too far. I got about here, actually, which is quite ironic. But, yeah, I don't know. I was like, I want to push on. I want to see what's beyond the great beyond. I wasn't sure if there was midpoints, if there was, like, just ending of level. I had no idea. I had forgotten what I've seen, which happens a lot. I did some more dodging up, which that's actually the exact place where I died. The farthest I've made without recording, and then I decided to record. And that's a difficult spot. You can get yourself trapped there very easily. I have no idea what that was. I think it was a death, but wow, I thought I edited this better, but apparently I didn't, so that's what happens when stuff, but as you can see, there's something completely different going on. That is because I'm using something else. A buddy of mine, simple whatever he's going by after that, he told me that all you gotta do is, like, after you make the video in Camtasia, you just put it to AVI, you save it to AVI. I didn't even know that was possible, but, and then you just put it in Vegas, and this happens. So this works a lot. This works so much better, except for the fact that I couldn't do that, and I had to produce it as a camera and all that jazz, and edit it in Camtasia. But anyway, I got it working, so oh well. I think all I have to do is update my versions, so, you know, I shouldn't really be talking this much in detail because of stuff and things, but, you know, stuff and things are afoot all the time. I'm playing with emulation off a game that was 20 years old that people still modify, which is pretty dang amazing. I did not fast forward as far as I could have, especially with my scaredness. I am just going so slow because I was like, I do not want to die, and then that happened, and I'm like, oh god, I am so screwed. But here, you know, I know I can slide these guys. I know I can, it just doesn't work all the time, and I'd rather not take the risk and do something like that. I have no idea how that worked out in my favor, but it did. So we get to continue on and see the rest of the level, so ain't that spectacular. We got another Lotus. Dude, he really likes his Lotuses, that is for sure, and you know, it is a game of hardness and difficulties, and that's pretty much what I was going for this little interlude type dealio. I was probably talking to somebody or just being incredibly scared. I was like, god, if I go into that pipe, I'm gonna be so pissed. Now you're entering the old sewers. Don't touch the water or you will die. Pretty much that is what's going on. We're gonna have Insta-Death at the bottom still, which isn't much different. There's my little victory dance. We don't get to see the factories in the background, but we do get to hear some phantom forest music from Final Fantasy VI, and it is wonderful, and I'm actually, like, listening to it here. It's like, I hear elements of Final Fantasy IV music, and it's like, well, that Nubio guy, I don't know how to say his name, but, you know, it's the same Final Fantasy music guy, and, you know, all his stuff is pretty spectacular. And we got these sewers, and it has some great graphics going on, of course, because, you know, that's how this hat goes. Great graphics, great level design, but really hard level design. Yeah, so yeah, after years, which going back to suddenly for some reason, yeah, that is being updated. Basically, he's getting rid of the knockback patch, or the knockback involved in the Metroid patch, which actually only involved some ASM, so that was pretty neat, little ASM code dealio, and same goes for the VWF cutscene patch. I think that's what it is, so you can actually skip the cutscenes without, you know, going into enemies and stuff, so that's pretty awesome, actually, but it's not something I would have known without asking either, so, you know, here's a jump. Here is something that I thought I'd never get past without taking a hit, and I was so sure that I'd need to take a hit every time to get past it, but, you know, eventually I got it down, because I was just, as you'll see, my lives drop. I mean, it's not, like, that many lives that I lost, but it's the length of the levels. These levels are pretty dang long without, like, a health patch or anything going on, but, you know, it's okay. It's okay. It doesn't exactly need a health patch, but I don't know why I just fell in that water. I was just like, I don't know. It was like, I cannot go farther enough. We have Layer 2 fog going on. I like the Layer 2 fog. I did something incredibly risky there. You'll see I do it like 20 million other ways, and It's like here, I was so scared. I was getting some TSRP2 vibes, like just close corridors, jumping with some like Koopas going around, and we get to see me die to that twice. That was pretty sad. I don't know what I did there. I was like, I'm safe here, right? Not quite. Yep, so we get to see it lead to more progress, and it was interesting editing this, because usually, like, it took until I got into the second room, and then I started dying a lot to, like, beginning stuff, but then again, there was still a few that was here. I don't know what I'm talking about, but here I noticed there's a springboard there, and I immediately knew that that was for progress. I immediately knew that I needed that springboard, and I had to make a scary jump. Scary jumps are scary. I could have just went on the other ledge and made it a little less scary, but, you know, I was determined. I was like, I'm going to make the scary jump without any hesitation, so I didn't. Come on, Booth Carousel. There's some waiting involved in these levels. Not gonna lie, but, you know, that's something you gotta deal with making levels, actually, I've noticed, because sometimes just things don't work out as you plan them, and sometimes you gotta wait. You gotta wait a little bit, and I'm actually getting a lot of Super Mario World Central production vibes, like the better levels from this. I'm guessing he made some levels for the game that I sometimes talk about in a negative light, but here I'm talking about it in a good light, because there are some good levels. I don't mean to, like, kid myself and say the whole hack is, like, not good, because it isn't. It is a good hack, and here we got some Mega Man 10 boss themes. Those are mutant munchers, or munchers. They are mutated because of the contamination. You need to get rid of them to beat the level, and here, I don't know if I was shaking yet, but I was pretty nervous, but here I was like, there's totally land over there, right? Slip and fall. But we cannot sue anybody for this accident. Yep, show a little more deathage. Yep, there is death afoot, and I did this a few times, well, not this in particular, but this, where I take a hit and I just kill myself, because I'm like, I need that hit. I'm not making it too far without that hit, so, you know, let's go back into fast forward mode, see the winning run without having to, like, futz around with music and stuff that I may do it occasionally if I really feel like it, or if it's like a level with the original Super Mario World themes in it. I mean, not that they're bad, it's just that stuff, I don't know. I don't know, I just got tired of them somehow with all the hacking and whatnot, and then I noticed that it's alright to use the vanilla music in the Yoshi's Island, but as that's getting more popular, I'm wondering how long that's gonna last until we're gonna need NAD music for that too, so, yep, Yoshi's Island, that's been a thing. Yeah, I was, at first I was kind of dreading Raukau going back to it because I like the SMW original, but, you know, seeing it now, it's like, it's interesting to see how insane this Yoshi's fan is, because, I wouldn't be able to do that without tools. It would just take way too long. I have to do, like, I think CS Tutor, I think from what the comment that I made, he made back, that he was practicing with tools, and I thought, like, yeah, that's pretty much the way to go to keep yourself sane. And here I made sure I showed, like, the transition into the pipe, and there was no, like, cutting or editing or anything, because I'm not gonna lie, I did that once, one whole time, and I will tell you which time it was. It was in a Luigi's Adventure video, and yeah, I'm not too proud of it, but I never went back to actually do it, and that's why I said, like, at the end of the level, it was that level with the Zelda 2 theme going on, and the line ride E, and lots of Potobos in the castle, and I got to the pipe, and I died, like, immediately, and it was, like, on one of those, like, fuzzy, burny guys that, you know, right here my hands were shaking pretty damn bad, but, you know, I did it, and I rewind back to the pipe, and then just kind of edited to there, and I always felt dishonest about that, and that's why at the end I was like, I'm speechless, because I had no idea what to say after that. I was like, I should not have done that, but I did. And here I was so damn scared, because I just had no idea. I was like, why did you leave me up there? You could have left me by the pipe or something, but that didn't happen. But I still victored it up. I mean, it's not like I died or anything, and no, in that stupid location, that would have really sucked. But, you know, I was thinking about going on. I did play a little more, actually, and it really sucks that there's no music here, because I didn't, like, chop it up or nothing. But, you know, this was a terraformer, and this is going to last longer than it should be, because there's no music for some reason. So, I'll just trim it to here. See you guys.